the Big 12 during your days, right? Like, who was a quarterback when you were playing who gave you some problems?
Person that gave me the most problems, I'll probably say is Pat Mahomes, man. I don't know what it was about him, but man, he's the truth. I mean, I see what everybody see what it
Yeah.
is. I knew he was. Hey, can you hit his people up? Ask for that 500 mil that he got. Him to get some of that. I would like to, you know what I mean?
Some of those games were like basketball scores.
But most of the time we was putting up a big number though, you know.
Yeah. My guest today, one of the rare dudes who didn't just play the game, he studied it, he hunted it, and he made it bleed on Saturdays. A tactician, a showman, the dude with swagger and substance. He lined up, and then quarterbacks would be looking for the check down. A 3-time all Big 12 athlete, the heart of Baylor's back-to-back era, gangrene for life. He had bravado, he had brains, he had ball skills in the biggest moments, and you know what that means. You know the name, Orion Stewart. Welcome to the show.
What's up with it, Jay? I sure appreciate you boosting me up like that, man.
Hey, you know what? I was looking back at your highlight reel the other day. Hey, you know what? That's the sauce right there, man. That's the real deal. There's no hype to it. It's all substance.
Come on, man. I'm just grateful to even be in that position. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
Hey.
To be able to even do something like that.
For sure. You know, I thought a lot about you. We're gonna get into it, but before the TCU game, man, I never forget the pick that you had against them. Because one of the things when I was filming you, remember I was on the sidelines, you were doing your thing, and I was like, this dude has wheels.
Man, hey, appreciate that, man. Hey, can you say that one more time?
Hey,
one of my teammates say that I had wheels.
For the people in the back, had some wheels, man.
I got wheels, man. Come on, man. Don't nobody say I got wheels, man. But I can run a little bit. I can run a little bit.
You know what I mean? You get that rock in your hand, you were gone.
Right.
Man, I want to talk. I got to ask you about this. You hit the campus from Midway, and you hit the ground running. I know you had a red shirt of the year, but what was that moment when you got there and you looked around? Right, you're coming off of the Griff era, the Heisman era, and you thought, I can be that guy.
Honestly, it took a little minute because I was already a low recruit. I didn't really have didn't even have a Rivals account, honestly. So it was a little different. When I got there, I knew I was kind of, one of the best at my school, or pretty much the best player at my school, whatnot, the best athlete. But then when I got to Baylor, I'm seeing all these other dudes, man, that's coming in with me, the Corey Coleman, Xavier Howard, the Terrence Singleton, Patrick Lewis, Shock Linwood, all these killers, you know what I mean? These dogs.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whoa, hold on, I got to do something, you know what I mean? So that red shirt year, honestly, I actually texted my brother 1 week, and I was like, hey, man, what if I didn't even call him. I texted him like, hey, what if I told you I wanted to go transfer and play basketball? You know what I mean? 'Cause I was.
Well, wait, what year was this?
My red shirt freshman year. The year I red shirted.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were thinking, you text your brother. So, he's like, you're like, hey, what if I transfer and play basketball? How did he respond?
2 words. Call me.
Hey, when you get that text, you're like, hold on, let me make sure. Let me go over here to the corner because we about to chop it up.
I didn't even call him right away. He called me, and if I'm not mistaken, I didn't answer the first time, and then he called me again, and I'm like, all right, I gotta answer now. You know what I mean? But it worked out in the long end. I ended up sticking it out.
I love that, man. I gotta ask you about this. You played for one of the all-time greats. And I have to talk about the safety room. When I look back at that room, I look at the personalities, I look at the production. Bro, Stu, what was that like? What was that room like?
Man, it was great, man. It was definitely different, man. When I first got there, we got the Mike Hicks and the Sam Halls in the room, right?
Yes, sir.
And then Ahmad is in the room. So
Ahmad Dixon, shout out to Ahmad Dixon.
Yeah, shout out to Marty, man, one of the best ever for real. Let me see. Then who else is in there? We got Then we had Tayon. Tayon used to come down
Woo!
there, man.
Tayon Sales,
Tayon
come
used to
on
make
now.
that hat, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then T-Bird. T-Bird was just a little feisty little dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of quiet. But like when you start talking to him, he kind of start trying to turn back at you, trying to let him know that he not no pushover, nothing like that. And then, of course, I gotta say, my little brother, man, R.I.P. To my little brother Chance Wise, man. I can't not
shout out to him.
Say that when you're talking safety room for sure, man, because that was a dude that was my counterpart for sure.
Absolutely.
R.I.P. man, it's that dude.
Yeah. One of Pflugerville's finest.
Start playing. Yeah, for sure, man. Got to come in and play as pretty young or whatever. So that was pretty good. He got to play with him a little bit. And I still talk to his daddy, TJ, man, to this day. I call him Pops. So I'm still in tune, in touch with his pops at least, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and his brother as well. So yeah, but I definitely had to say that, man. So
ooh, that was a real bro. What were the meetings like though? Because I'm just trying to imagine. Because you guys, that was a group with some energy, some personality, some swag.
So this what I say, man. I had like the best of both worlds, man. Because I had a guy that was about do your job at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coach Norwood, and you know how Coach Norwood was always cool, calm, collected. A man of God, didn't cuss. I probably heard Coach Norwood cuss maybe 3 times, and twice was maybe at me. But we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I had him, and then my first 2 years, and then I had the great Chris Dishman, who's down
sir.
Norwood is at TCU.
Yes.
And then
another one,
Houston,
Texas in the house. Houston, Texas in the house.
Yeah, he's the head coach at Texas Southern right now.
Yep.
So the meetings was definitely a little bit run different because Coach Norwood was very chill and calm, and you know what I'm saying. We gonna take care of business, and we go, we can have fun, we can laugh and stuff for sure. That's Norwood is definitely not no robot or nothing like that.
Right.
But then we got on the other side, but like I say, he didn't cuss. But then on the other side, I had Dish, where Dish cuss sometimes. You know what I mean? Dish cuss. Dish is a little turned up sometimes. So, but I loved it though, man. Dish.
And Dish brought that NFL toughness, right? Brought that NFL toughness to you.
For sure.
And a consummate professional. I loved working with him.
Yeah, but Norwood, hey, you gotta go pull up some Norwood highlights, man. Norwood was a hitter.
Yeah, I love it, man. That was a great time. Yeah, that was a great time, man. And talking about that locker room too, man. That Baylor locker room at the time, you guys weren't talking about rebuilds, you guys weren't talking about rings, you guys were thinking, making moments, and you guys had some dogs in that locker room. Who stood out? Who were some of the people? I put you on the spot because there's so many names. Hey, I put you on the spot, Stu.
That's what I'm saying. Man, it's too many names I can name. You know what I mean? From when I first came in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Ahmad Dixons, of course, the Antoine Goodleys, the Lake C. Strongs, the Tevin Reeves, Terrence Whitfields. Who else was a crazy? Bryce Hager was a crazy. Dimitri Goodson was there. We had Clay Fuller there running 4-3. We had, you know what I mean? We had, I feel like when I first got there, we had probably almost about 10 dudes running, you know what I'm saying, 4-3, sub 4-4 for sure.
Yeah, it was like a track team on the turf, on grass.
Man,
Because Coach loved speed, man. I remember, running track at Baylor. He would, sometimes I'd be working out in the football weight room, and he would come up and just talk to me about, track. He loved talking track.
Yeah, he did. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that tie into Coach Dish. Coach Dish used to tell me I was slow too, you know what I mean? So I used to tell him I was fast. And Dish used to always get on me because he'd be like, going over scouting report. I'm like, man, every week it was just I don't know what I would do. It was just every week I was like, man, they ain't gonna do this. These receivers sorry, they ain't gonna do shit. You know what I mean? And he was like, all right, Stu, they gonna tear your ass up this week. I can't wait. I just can't wait. So you know,
man,
he was always putting pressure on me like that as well too, though. So
and Coach Dishman, man, he had like that intensity, because if you saw him like maybe just at the store or something, you would never imagine the intensity. And then when you see him out in the field, man, he was so intense and was a tactician out there as a coach.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. He definitely was, man. And he was about to see ball, get ball. He used to be on me saying, God damn, Stu. That's another pick you could have had. Yeah, you look. I'm like, man, I don't know if I could have made it that
far. Man, I love those days, and when you look back to that stretch, right? I think it was like 13-16, right. Big 12 titles. It was a packed McLean Stadium. I'm talking about. I remember the stadium will be rocking, music will be playing, Baylor on top. What do you think your group's legacy is inside of Baylor football history?
Man, maybe I'm a little biased, but the
okay,
best ever, man. Like,
woo,
the best ever, man. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you got the people that came before us that paved the way. You know what I mean? From all the little
shout out to the legends that came before you guys.
Nah, for sure, definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely can't. It wouldn't be no us without them. You know what I'm saying? But the best ever, man. We had it rocking in Waco, man. We was must-see TV. We national TV every week, every game. College game day before the games, we waking up in the morning. I'm trying to see what they saying about Baylor. ESPN during the week, I'm trying to see what they saying about Baylor. Even though you try not to get too caught up in that, but you still trying to see what's going on, what they saying about it. What, you know what I mean? You just want to hear about it. And then you living in the moment. It's a surreal moment, man. Like, you know what I mean? Coming from where I come from, I ain't know that I was going to be playing D1 big ball and we was going to be at the highest we got was number 2 in the nation, but what I would say we was pretty much top 10 in the nation for my whole time there. You know what I mean? So just playing on a team like that, man, and it was just a surreal feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a great run, man. And I remember, like you said, you never knew who was coming to campus. You never knew what highlights would be on ESPN. Like I remember in my office, Stu, I had a TV up just like I have here now, because that's what I love. And I would always like stop editing or stop working and click on and see what they were saying about Baylor. And I'm not talking about just on game day. Remember the Monday through Friday shows, they were talking about Baylor and the offense and the defense.
Yeah, they was. Yeah, they was. The only person they wasn't talking about us was what's my man name on TV? Kurt Herbstreit didn't like us because when he was talking down on us, and he came with college game day. Yeah, we gonna talk about it, Kurt. Why you didn't really like us? You came after you said that we wasn't really that good. You came in there in the weight room while we rowdy. Coach Kaz got us rowdy already. Yeah, and we just booed your ass, and we yelled and we screamed and we booed you, and we was yelling and we were just but he tried to make it seem like we was wild or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and disrespectful. But you seen us, Jay. That's how we was in the locker room anyways.
Yeah.
We just put a little more emphasis on it when Kirk was there, just because we wanted to say that Kirk, we deserve to be up here too and talked about like the big dogs too. That's what we felt like.
Well, it was a different time. I feel like, he represent kind of like the blue blood programs, think about the Big Ten. And then at that time, you guys were making your name. So you guys were coming with the energy and the fire.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, you know what I mean? Do you remember the sign you guys would walk out? What was it? Start fast.
Yeah. You remember that? Fast. And then, we had that $10,000 sign. I never forget. He was just a $10,000 sign up there saying no excuses.
No excuses. Absolutely. That was out for the people that don't know. Yeah, for people who don't know, just real quick, it used to be wrapped around the practice facility. It was like a black, like a screen around the practice facility and said no excuses.
Yep. And then we had a big one, a real big one in the weight room as well.
And the big one in the weight room. Absolutely, man. All right, so we're going to come back to Baylor. Got to talk about it. Long night rivalry game. 365 days to sit with this, right? 42-36. We know the scores. That one's in the ribs, not in the record book. Drop this one in
Right.
TCU. What is your takeaway from this from that matchup?
Man, I sure hope we bounce back. You know, man, that was a tough one right there because you know what I mean, with all that Baylor blood and that's spilling through that TCU over there right now. You know what I mean? I wish we could have. I mean, I'm glad because I still honestly I do go up there to TCU and still talk to those guys. You know what I mean? I'm still in touch with some of those guys for sure.
Yep.
Those relationships are still there, honestly. But you know, I'm Baylor bled, man. So I wish we could have just spanked them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a tough one, and then a bunch of delays. But you know, that's just how it goes. Because I remember during your time we had those, and then we go back into McLean Stadium, and I think we have some down at Rice when you were playing. We had some lightning delays. Was that during your era?
I think.
Or was that right after you?
Rice? Yeah. Nah, I think my senior year we played. I mean, my junior and senior year we played Rice. I know.
And I think the game ended at like 1 a.m. one time, and we were like, the staff, we were in like the hallways. But you know, it's part of the game. You gotta saddle up because right, like Coach Bryce used to always say, you know, both teams are dealing with the same thing, same circumstances. You got to rise up.
Right.
All right. Is there anything Yeah, and I don't know if you saw any of the highlights. Is there anything that jumped out on you on the tape or stats that you heard and you were like, heck nah?
Hey man, stats. That goddamn Sawyer Robinson is putting up some damn numbers. I just looked. I'm like, damn, like goddamn, we got to get some wins with this. But on the defensive side, man, I need my secondary man. Come on with it, man. Step up. You know what I'm saying? Let's make. You know what I'm saying? Let's make some plays on the back end. Let's get some turnovers on the back end.
Yep.
When they put the ball in there, let's go get it, man. We need to get some more turnovers, man, because the way the offense is rolling, you know what I'm saying? The way you put the numbers and stuff, we get more turnovers, we'll be all right, man.
And it did. I'm just gonna look. I'm looking him up while we're talking. Excuse me. He's got 2,376 yards, 61% completion, 21 touchdowns. You know, only 7 INTs, long 73. I mean, those are eye-popping stats, man. On Sawyer.
And how many games?
What is that? Through 6-7 games, right there, 4-3.
And how many touchdowns? You said again?
He's got 20 touchdowns this year. Hold on, 21.
21 touchdowns. That is some damn numbers, man.
Yeah, I mean they're eye popping. They really are. I mean he's, you know, those are eye popping numbers, man. And you know we're going to talk a little bit more about it, but I have to talk to you about this. What do you think if you were in that game at TCU? What adjustments or what do you think you would have done? Because that was a game of just coming up with a play, it seemed like. Because that game really wasn't that far off.
Right. So, look, what I'm going to have to do, though, because I ain't going to lie, I had a long night the night before, you know, honestly. So, I kind of missed, you know what I'm saying, most of the game.
Yeah.
I did see some of the highlights and stuff like that, man. The Trigg kid is going, you know what I mean, he's doing some crazy stuff right now.
Yeah. He had a nice one, nice catch, too.
Yeah, he did. Oh yeah, man. He's been putting together a pretty good little resume right now for sure.
Yeah. So, what do you think coming into this season? We're just talking about where they are right now, and what are your thoughts? Right, I know one of the things, you know, you're kind of like some of my teammates that didn't lose a lot of races when I was at Baylor, and you're one of those guys that didn't drop a bunch of games while you were there. But what do you think mindset wise? You're going into, I think Cincinnati's rate 25 coming in, looking pretty good on the season, undefeated. What do you think you're doing to kind of switch up gears if you're Baylor?
I don't think that you switch up what you do, because what you do is, you know what I mean, it's kind of what you do in a sense. Yeah, you do have to make adjustments in the game, of course, you know what I mean, but you don't just wipe the whole, you know what I'm saying, everything. But I do, like I say, man, the defense needs to step up, I feel like. I feel like it's a good, you know what I'm saying, scheme. I'm not gonna put myself in that and say too much stuff because they want to call me. Hey, I'm looking for a job, Baylor. I let me. You know what I mean? I come help out in the secondary room for sure.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
What I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think, man, like I say, on the secondary side, we just get some turnovers, man. Just help get some turnovers. TFLs, that's what we in our teams. They said we didn't play defense, but I feel like we did have a lot of turnovers and we did have a lot of tackle for losses. You know what I mean? So that was one of the things that I think that we definitely need to step up in.
Yep. And here's the good thing, right? About, it's one of those games too. And I think as you go into Cincinnati, Baylor played a solid game, not enough to close it and get the deal. But I mean, it's one of those deals, and it's an athlete where it's just making some minor adjustments, not to schemes, but to not to what you're doing overall, but just making some minor adjustments. Like it's a game of inches, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely a game of inches, man. And you don't know when that game of inches comes into play. So you got to play. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you're on top of your game on every play.
Yep. And you're going into Cincinnati, gonna switch it up. I was looking through some of the road games that you played. I mean, they're 6-1 on the season. Dropped one early, obviously, to Nebraska. They played that game in Kansas City in week 1, but they're on a roll. What kind of mindset would you be going into this game with?
It's the next one, man. Like I say, they got to go back to the basics and just say it's about Baylor. Yep. It's always about Baylor. It's not about Cincinnati. If we do what we're supposed to do, we can beat them. So you got to start fast, hit them in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Set the standard, man. Be the standard from the jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the jump, from the first kickoff, man. Somebody hit somebody in the mouth. You know what I mean? Even if, you know what I'm saying, just regardless of what was it, if you just on kickoff, you can be the person to set the tone of the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even if you don't start and you're not you don't think that you're a big important piece on the defense right now, getting a lot of snaps, you can hit somebody in the mouth right now on kickoff.
Yep.
And set the tone of the game from the jump. You know what I mean? On either side, kick return or on kickoff. You know what I mean? So I think that's what we need to do, man. We got to definitely start fast against the Cincinnati team that is definitely rolling. They ranked 25, you said?
Yep, 25 right now.
That's a little low. I think that's a little low for them, anyways. Me personally, but yeah, that's how we need to just hit them in the mouth, man, from the jump.
Yep, and I think you're right.
Come out with some fire.
Yeah, actually, I take that back. They're 21. Look at it, they're 21. They were 25th the week before, moved up in the latest rankings to 21. So, but it's like you said, man, it's next man up, and everybody can be a spark on that team. And I think that was the legacy that you guys left. Like, think about some of the games that you guys were in over the years where sometimes not second string, but third string guys came in and had impact on games. So I think that's the right mentality to come in with.
Yeah, man. Somebody got to, you know what I'm saying, before the game, somebody got to, if they move, hit his ass. If you run too fast, hit his ass. If you move too fucking fast, I might hit your fucking ass too. You know what I mean? You got to, but you just got to, you know what I mean? You got to have that fire before the game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I got, speaking of fire, man, you got to, thinking about the Big 12 during your days, right? Like, who was a quarterback when you were playing who gave you some problems? You were like, this is going to be one of those games.
Man, we played against some quarterbacks for sure, man.
Yeah.
But the person that gave me the most problems, I'll probably say is Pat Mahomes, man. Shit, he put up, he put up 4 touchdowns on my ass in 3 games, man. God damn, I don't know what it was about him, but man, he the truth. I mean, I see what everybody see what it is. I knew he was the truth. But that fight, can you hit his people up? Ask for that $500 million that he got. I helped him get some of that. I would like to, you know what I mean?
Hey, do you remember that, man?
I had some of those getting that $500 million.
Some of those games were like basketball scores.
Come on, man. But when we was putting up, but most of the time we was putting up the big number, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In that era, right? You're talking about Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Boykins up at TCU. Yeah.
Dan Richardson from Iowa State was decent. Little tricky went down to was in West Virginia. He was doing his thing a little bit. I'm trying to think. Goddamn, who's some of the other quarterbacks we played against? It's almost like I went blank, but we definitely was playing against some dudes, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, those were pressure cooker days, right? That's when the DNA of Baylor was being able to withstand the fire. It's like I can't remember the boxing trainer, but it's like I see it come across on TikTok, and I can't remember the fighter, but his manager was like, I told you it would come down to the last rounds. And that's where we, the fire comes, and we're firefighters. And I feel like that's what you guys like. That was you had to be able to play a lot of football and withstand the fire defensively, offensively.
No, for sure, man. And then like I want to go back and what I'm saying, and look at like the play number that we was having, man, because I know we was running 100 plays a game.
100 plays.
You know what I'm saying? Offense and defense, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Because we playing against they trying to play fast too. They just can't do the same thing we could do on the on the flip side.
Yep. I got to talk about this back.
They didn't have the real guru.
the originator, the guru.
Yeah, man, you know it.
And under Coach Briles, and of course Coach Montgomery. We'll talk about him in a little bit as well as OC at the time before Kendall. Back-to-back titles. What did those championships build into Baylor's DNA that still matters today?
Well, shit, I don't know. Does it still matter? Because
the
fans don't be there like they supposed to be. It don't be looking like the stands is that packed. You know what I mean?
Well, I will defend the fans a little bit. I think it was a very hot August, September, and everybody's struggling. It seems like not struggling, but getting fans out the home since COVID. I mean, people have 90, 100 inch screens. You know what I mean? Got free food, ribs in the refrigerator.
All right, okay, all right. I give it a benefit of the doubt. I seen somebody post a picture. Hey, I just seen somebody post a picture, and I'm like, damn.
Well, like I said, man, I wonder, thinking about it, I do think it matters because you have a championship pedigree. And, there's nothing like playing on those Saturdays. You go in there in McLean, and right over the recruiters lounge, you have those Big 12 titles.
And then
do you feel like that? Do you think that it matters today from your perspective?
I think that it should matter. You know what I mean? I think it's I think with the how many coaches changed? It was 3 coach changes, and in the span of like 4 years or something. So it's kind of hard to keep a pedigree about the program. You know what I mean? Like look at Bama. Bama winning right now, but it don't look like a Nick Saban Bama. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a new day.
So it's kind of sometimes hard to. Yeah, it is a new day. I think it was real good for them to kind of see that our team that they brought us out last year. I think that was kind of good for us.
I thought that was great. I was wearing my black.
Yeah, I did too. I appreciate that.
It was great to see CB back. Coach Briles, CB.
Yep, it was real good to see my man Coach B, man.
I gotta ask you about this. I gotta ask you this, man. Baylor's football Mount Rushmore. You gotta go, and you can't pick yourself. Let's go.
Damn. Robert Griffin, number 1.
Okay, Griff.
But I ain't even gonna. It's no order. Robert is number 1 though, but the rest is no order.
Okay.
God damn. Jay.
Get you. Hey, your phone's gonna blow up after this. Now we're clipping this.
Come on, man.
So Griff in no order. Griff, who else you got? You got 3 more.
Griff. What am I going off of though?
This is football. Your ranking. This is your rankings on the greatest Baylor
as a football player, like
that you saw with your own eyes. The reason why I do it like with your own eyes is because there were some all-time greats, but many of us didn't see them play. And shout out to all the legends. So we're not trying to leave anybody out.
I would have to say, Robert Griffin. You know what I mean?
Griff.
I would have to say Corey
Coleman, CC.
Corey.
All right.
Lake Seastruck was a different animal, man. Like
Lake. Temple, Texas. Shout out to Lake Seastruck. Sorry, Griff, Corey Coleman, Lake Seastruck. So far, you got the last one.
I got one more.
You got one more. You got Griff, Corey Coleman, Lake Seastruck. I don't know if you're gonna go defense. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna go here.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I had to think about it now because, man, my defense is gonna be calling me, man. Let me see, man. God damn, because we had some dudes over there, bro. But, bro.
And they can even be guys before you, after you, during your time. I mean, it's your call.
Man, I just can't lie, bro. The shit I used to see Andrew Billings do in the goddamn middle, man. The stuff Andrew Billings used to do to the centers and guards used to be just nasty, bro.
So, all right, run your list. I'm gonna ask you again. All right, so hey, run me through it. Who's your Baylor?
Hey, come back to me on this.
You know what? You're supposed to be ready, my boy. All right, we'll come back to that. We'll keep thinking. We'll come back around to it. How about that?
But when you say that, that get a little, you know what I mean? Damn. I just see some dudes, man. There's been a lot of dudes come through there for sure.
Hey, your comments
you got the likes of Josh Gordon's that that came through there, the Kendall Wrights, man.
Yep.
The Xavier Howards, man. Antoine Goodley is one of the freakiest, the most athletic dudes I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, Flash Gordon. So many who you already named. Yeah. Well, the last time we talked about this, I had Nick Canizales. Shout out to Nick. Man. Yeah.
Bryce Hager. You know what I mean? Ahmad was a killer as well. You know what I mean? Like, he was a dog on the defense, man. So,
yeah. All right, we're gonna come back to you. Keep thinking. Let's keep it moving. I want to talk to you about NIL because you were a guy that obviously played on the other side of it. Real talk. If NIL existed today, what's your market value? And don't give me some humble pie number. Hit me with the truth.
Jay, I think I'll be worth about 500,000, Jay. Jay, I think I will. Jay, I'll be worth about 500,000, Jay. Hey, maybe more. Woo-wee.
You think okay.
Yeah, I ran around right there. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, let me ask you. I gotta ask you this though. What's the first thing that you buy? You sign the deal. You know it's guaranteed. It's papered. What are you buying?
First thing I'm gonna do is give my mama some money.
Is do what?
Give my mama some money, like I always have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure. Gotta take care of your mom. Shout out to your mom.
But then, honestly. Because I didn't have no car in college, so the first thing I probably would have bought was a car.
Wait, you didn't have a car? Who? Okay, I don't think I knew that. Oh, wait, but that was in the scooter era. Were you in that scooter era, Stu?
Hey, I was in the scooter era, but I didn't have no scooter. We didn't have no money to get no scooters and cars and stuff like that. I was fortunate enough to go to school for free, baby. You know what I mean?
Oh man, do you remember this? I think this
Yeah.
was during your era. Do you remember this, Stu? Guys were riding them, and then they were like leaving them on the parking lot, and the people from campus called over. And then I remember I was in the locker room, and like Kaz was like he like lost his stuff, and was like I think there was no more mopeds or scooters on campus. Do you remember this?
Yeah, yeah, he stopped it for a little minute for real.
Really?
And then you remember the little hover rounds? You remember the hover
Yeah.
rounds that they go around to just roll? Oh man, somebody had like twisted an ankle or did something. Oh,
Yeah.
he lost it on us about the hover rounds. He said he better not see nobody with a hover round.
Hey, okay, gotta ask you. You know, a lot of the old heads think NIL ruined the game. Young cats say it saved the game. Which side are you on, and why?
Honestly, I'm in
Yeah,
the middle as well.
you're in the middle. Oh, you got to pick a side,
Yeah,
Stu.
man.
You can't be on the fence.
Man, I think it's hard. This is why I say I think, man, because I know I played at a school where man we was bringing so much revenue to the school. Man, I think that we do deserve some money. I think that everybody should, but it should be a cap. I think it should be a cap on it at some point. You know what I mean? Because it becomes.
Now, wait, Stu, are you talking about now or back in the day? I'm saying. So I'm at. So are you talking about guys should get paid today?
Yeah.
For the time, the championships, that helping.
Oh hell yeah! They should send me some damn money. Man, look, man, you can say what I want. Hey, man, look, I did enough to at least be worth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be too cocky, but I did enough to be worth at least a little bit, Jay. You know what I mean? I was on the
I
scouting
love
report
it.
sometimes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Hell yeah, I deserve it.
So if you're on the campus today, 18 years old, and you knowing what you know now, I think you're like just over 31. I won't give you exact age, but if you were looking back to your younger self at 18, what advice would you give your younger self?
Always stay true to yourself, for sure. There's gonna be influences from left and right that only you are gonna know about. You know what I mean? Stay true to yourself. Stay locked in on the goal, and always keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I'm saying? God first, family second, football. You know what I mean? Faith, family, football. So that's what I would say. And like I say, main thing, like I say, because I did get to, you know what I'm saying, get to play, you know what I'm saying, a little football and a little pro as well, or just living in different states or whatever. There's a lot of influences from all types of sorts of life, you know what I mean, from every wherever you go. But you just gotta be true to yourself, you know what I mean? Enjoy life. You definitely get one. I can't definitely tell you not to enjoy it, man. So definitely gotta enjoy it. You only get one of these for sure, but just be true to yourself for sure, man.
Yeah, and you know what? Screenshots last forever. That's what I say. Screenshots last forever. If you're not building a legacy, it's a bill. And if who you are doesn't match up on Sundays, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, you just got to keep growing. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so got to talk to you as well. I know how you feel on NIL. Teams coming up, another road game, hostile, probably going to be cold, different time zone. When you were traveling, what was something you had to take on a road football game?
Do we be honest?
Hey, look, well, hold up. This is it's a family show. It's a family show.
No, I'm just playing, man. I'm really just being funny, man. I'm being funny.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
I'm really not like I'm not like a superstitious guy, man. So there was nothing I would kind of do stuff the same way, like getting ready for a game in a sense. You know what I mean? Like my routine would kind of be in the same order, but it's not a superstitious thing where like if I don't do something the exact same way, like if I don't put my right sack on before my left, like I'm not superstitious and stuff like that. So like I was never superstitious about I need this with me or you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not a superstitious person anyway. Like the good luck stuff, I kind of barely believe in luck. You know what I mean? But whatever.
Yeah. No, I love that.
But really, man, I thrived on honestly us all walking out that locker room with that music blasting and that hostile environment, and they just man, you know how rowdy it used to get. They say all kinds of stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Ready to quiet them up, shut them down.
Yep. You know what I mean? Because we go out there the night before, we don't see too many fans or whatever because we in the hotel doing our own thing. You know, we got security and all that stuff too. So, my mama used to pretty much. I'd be looking for my mama. That's for sure.
Got to look for mama.
Every game, I'm looking for my mama. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I used to blow my mama a kiss before every game, so my family be always like, "Mama," you be telling my mama, "Hey, look at your son, so he can turn around and focus on the game." You know what I mean? But
I love that.
Like I say, I wasn't superstitious, so Jay, honestly, I didn't necessarily need a specific anything to go on the road. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Nah, I hear you. You brought you.
Man,
you brought your mindset.
I was me. Yep, everywhere I went, man. That's my biggest thing, man. You can ask anybody I know. I was very confident in myself. I always have been in my game.
Gotta get, and I love that, and that's always been my experience with you. You've always been you. I wanna draw a little bit of your attention to some of the Baylor coaching staff from your day that are doing well. Man, we got it first of all, and we're not gonna talk too much on it, but TCU, that's like Baylor North up there, right? A lot of people don't know. You're talking about Kendall Browse. You're talking about Brian Norwood. You're talking about Corey Coleman is up there. Who else do we have up there? Kaz Kazadi, former strength and conditioning coach.
My man, and it's like two more. My man, we got my man Khalif is up there, one of another strength coaches. Khalid, he is up there. And then man, it's two dudes that was like man, I can't think of the damn names right now.
Were they like GAs
or something? Yeah, but they coaches now in TCU now. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah. It's like Baylor North. So what does it mean to you to see those guys kind of have the success that they're having?
It's definitely different seeing them in purple. You know what I mean?
It's triggering for me.
Like we couldn't even. Like Kaz wouldn't even let us, you know what I'm saying, like wear purple at all. We couldn't wear no purple. If you see us wear purple, he'll make you take the shirt off right there and go put you, he'll find you a black shirt.
He'll find you equipment. Remember equipment.
Yeah, for sure. But growing up, and I know how life, you know what I'm saying, just goes on, man. Gotta take care of the family and stuff like that, man. I'm glad seeing those guys are still thriving in this profession. At a high level and still getting it done, you know what I mean? From the different schools they have all been at. Shout out to my boy Corey Coleman, just got the start over there. Me and Corey still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still tied in him, and we still talk. Not all the time, but we still talk a whole bunch. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking to him at least every few weeks or so. You know what I mean? If not more than that. But yeah, that's a big deal. Like I said, I have been up to TCU. Countless number of times now, honestly, because I'm not too far from the school right now, like 15 minutes away. So I've been up there countless number of times, just go up there and chop it up with them dudes, man, and just fellowship and enjoy that, reminisce a little bit, but just
and then you have other people on the staff: Phil Montgomery, Virginia Tech, and of course Jeff Lebby. Man, what is this see when you're looking around on Saturdays? I know you may not, because you have family, may not get to see all the games, but these are guys from your era they're in the mix.
Yeah, man, it's definitely good seeing them. Like I say, the same about the dudes at TCU, just seeing them still, thriving in this industry. if any of these dudes see this, you tell them to give me a call. I like a job. You know what I'm saying? I'll help out for sure. Holla. You know what I mean? I get right. Stewart get right. I get right. You know what I mean? I'm a little wild sometimes, but I get right. Just, you know what I'm saying, seeing them dudes still do big things, man, and the relationships that is built through this football journey that we had over the times back then, man. You know what I'm saying? They still remember those times. Like I see, matter of fact, when I went up to TCU, I was walking through the stadium, and I seen KB, and KB say, "You remember you housed it on their ass right here on this in here?" He was like, "What year that was? 2013?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was 2013." So they remember the big time moments as well too. So
yeah, shout out to Kendall Browse. All right, we got to whip around the rest of the college scene. Have to ask you the biggest story, James Franklin. I mean, this dude makes a CFP this year. He's gone. You're fired. He's out. What does that mean to you? You developed these great relationships with guys, right? They recruited you. You know the relationship between player and coach. What are your thoughts there? Obviously, they didn't think he got the job done. What's your take?
What are they record right now?
Let me look it up. Because I know they lost this past weekend.
Because that might, you know, I mean, that's still hard. They was in the playoffs last year to just fire your coach like that. But
all right, so right now they're sitting at 3-4 right now.
Yeah,
they're sitting at 3-4. A team. Mm-hmm.
Hey, but this is what I will say, man. Just been talking to a lot of different people about this NIL and just trying to figure it out a little bit more, get a little bit more understanding. You know what I'm saying? For when I'm talking about it to people, NIL is hurting a lot of people, man. And if your school is not willing to kind of spend some money, it kind of sometimes bites you in the ass.
Well, and then also too, the flip side of that, Stu, is if they give you a lot of money, then they want a big return because they had a pretty not the largest budget, but they have a pretty good sized budget. I don't know if you remember during the offseason, you know, he went and they hired the Ohio State, the number one defensive coordinator on paper from number one defense, and I think he was making around $3.1 million as a defensive coordinator. They bring him into Penn State this summer. How much do you think that factored into it?
D coordinator is a D coordinator. Players play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong. A coach definitely has to put him in a position. You know what I'm saying? Coaches is definitely important. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say, diminish a coach like that. But players play the game. And like I say, it sometimes get difficult with this, with the NIL stuff now, man. Kid and a transfer portal.
Yeah.
Kids is leaving. What did they transfer? And that's another thing. What did the transfer, even though they made the playoffs last year, what did his transfer portal look like? You know what I mean? That's another thing. Yeah. I don't know the specifics of their transfer portal, but I know they had some for sure.
Yeah. Well, and I think you're right too. I think what you're alluding to, Stu, just knowing you over the years, you're saying that the defensive coordinators and the staffs can put together the greatest game plan, but you're saying it's really up to the athletes to execute and perform.
Right.
Right. I just don't want people to miss it's true what you said.
No, for sure. No, coach, like I said, coaches are damn important for sure.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, the hours and stuff they put in, they know what they're talking about. Nothing, not diminishing the coach. You know what I mean? But that coach is not making his play on 3rd and 1 when I need this tackle. You know what I mean?
Right. And another one, I don't know if you saw Bill Napier fired by Florida after 3-4 start to the season. They had lost to South Florida, which you guys know, if you know from Florida, my family's from Florida, that in and of itself was a big time loss to them, lost to LSU and of course Miami.
LSU
would say
they playing pretty. LSU playing pretty good right now, though.
LSU's having a decent season. Of course, Miami's doing their thing.
Yeah, Miami. Of course, Miami.
They're number 9. Yeah, they're number 9 right now. Well, it's you got Ohio State, Indiana, Texas, A&M, Alabama. I mean, that top 5, that top 10 is packed.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They're playing LSU's 20
for
right
sure.
now, 20. So yeah, no, it's a lot going on. Stu, man, let me ask you this one quick thing before we get out of here. If they asked you and they said, "Hey, Stu, I want you to give the motivational speech in Cincinnati," coach push it to the side, hit me with your speech to them.
All right, let me see what I got. Let me see if I can, if I can, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be so aggressive no more, you know what I mean? Because it might be sometimes it was a little vulgar. The speech was a little vulgar sometimes, man.
Well, let's make sure this one, we want to be able to clip this one up. So let's.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? Sheesh. That's kind of hard, man, with, you know what I'm saying, without cussing, man, because it's just, with that sport.
Well, what's the message? Just talk to me through what the message
really,
is.
The message is sometimes you got to take somebody swimming. You know what I mean? And they can't swim, and you just got to take them to the deep end. You know what I mean? And when he can't breathe a little bit, you just stick him under a little bit more. And when you start seeing bubbles come up, you just push him down a little bit more. And you don't let up off of him until you drown him. You know what I mean? That just got to be the message. You got to take somebody to the deep end. You going out to Cincinnati. It's going to be a hostile environment. You got to be ready to show up for a funeral. You got to be ready, you know what I'm saying? Be ready to dominate. Like I say, from the first kickoff, you got to be able to hit somebody right in the mouth. Anything moving. If you my teammate, you moving too fast, you might get hit too. You know what I mean? That just got to be the, you know what I'm saying, the attitude. You know what I'm saying? The attitude just got to change a little bit. I'm not going to tell you to do nothing stupid on the field. Sometimes those personal foul flags sometimes be warranted. You know what I mean? It sets the tempo. It sets the tone of this game. You know what I mean? You might get cussed out a little bit, but hey, you might set this tempo for this game, and we know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. So funny, man. I was looking over. I love that speech, and I remember. Do you remember right before the game, all of the position groups would break out, right? And your coach would, be throwing balls, and then you come in and break it down. And I would just remember the intensity of the safeties, right? Because that was in the era, right? We're talking about the Mahomes. You're talking about the Baker Mayfield. You're talking about the Boykins and all of the other greats. I don't want to leave anybody out. There's some really talented people, and you knew that you were gonna see some artillery coming your way. So, man, I appreciate you, man. I feel like you really left your stamp on the program, and you're one of those guys to me. Yeah, man. A shout out to you, because I could tell when you were here that you were there to leave your mark.
No, for sure. Definitely would have been in Waco too, man.
Yeah, come from Midway. For many people don't know Midway here in Waco, man. And so that actually kind of leads me to my motivation for the team. My motivational team is leave your mark on this program, and focus on the things in front of you. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Don't focus on what other people are doing. Stay on your tens and play your position. And I think if they do that, I think if they do that, if you stick to who you are, because you know that sometimes you can get to looking to the left, looking to the right, and all of a sudden you're not doing you. You're focused on Cincinnati. You got to play your style of ball, and you got to be ready to roll individually and as a unit.
Yeah, like you say, it's about Baylor. It's not about Cincinnati. We come and we do what we supposed to do.
Yeah,
ain't nobody hold us. You know what I mean? That's got to be the attitude.
Man, I could talk to you all day. Orion Stewart, one of the greatest to ever do it, from the 254, king of the stage, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I had a great time with you. Will you come back? I want to, because I think people want to hear from you, man. I know people. I saw when people were putting out the clips from TCU, man. People were like, man, Stu did it, man. So would you come back with us and chop it up with us again in the future?
Yeah, for sure. Where you located at?
For first of all, virtually, but I'm in right now. This is from Waco. So I have a home here. So yeah, man, you got to pull up on me.
But I say,
come
man, I can. If you ever want me to, I'll come by the studio, man. We, you know what I'm saying, do it there as well. But we can definitely do it. You know what I'm saying, over this right here. I'll do it again with you, Jay. You know, you my guy. Been my guy since I met you, man, for sure.
Man, I appreciate you. Always been a real one. Orion, appreciate you, man. Sick 'em Bears, and let's go.
Yes, you know it.